Good day everyone, especially to our instructress, Ma'am Carla Joy Palaris. I'm Melanie Bungtiwon from BSED 2 at Mount Carmel College of Kasiguran. Our topic is the why and how of school and community partnership. My assigned topic is opportunities for school-community partnership. And what can the community do for schools? First, Brigade eskwela. Second, curriculum development. Third, work experience program. Alicia's report is what can school do for community in return, and learning experiences of schools and community partners. Mariel's report is sociological basis of school-community partnership and legal basis for parents and community involvement. Now, let's proceed to my topic, opportunities for school-community partnership. Partnership implies two parties helping each other. It is the school and the community. Both parties benefit. This means that if a school-community partnership exists, both parties benefit from the relationship. Now, let's proceed in my next topic. What can the community do for schools? First, Brigade eskwela. These programs engage all education stakeholders to contribute their time, effort, and resources in ensuring that public school facilities are set in time for the forthcoming school opening. It takes place more or less 2 weeks before classes begin in June. This is a school maintenance program that has been institutionalized since 2009 when DepEd issued DepEd Order Number 100. Second, curriculum development. This can mean use of community resources for learning. Museum, elders of the community as key informants in research for resources persons in the study of local history. Third, work experience program. Business establishment and offices in the community can serve as training ground for learners. A concrete example is the work immersion required of senior high school student. In work immersion, students are given the opportunity to work in a relevant establishment or offices in the community to help develop in them the competencies, work ethics, and the values relevant to pursuing further education and or joining the world of work. Some schools call this service learning since it actively involves students in a wide range of experiences which benefit students and the community at the same time, fulfilling the requirements of a curriculum. Fourth, remediation and enrichment classes. Parents and retired teachers may be involved in the school reading remediation and learning enrichment programs. Fifth, youth development program. The young may involve themselves in youth development programs and develop their skills and talents. Learn how to deal positively with peers and adults and serve as resources in their communities. 6, or this is the last, community service. Example of community service are students participating in tutorial programs, community reforestation programs, clean-up drive for a river, assisting in medical mission, school head involved in planning local celebrations, teachers managing programs, projects, activities, school band playing in Festa Parade. That's all my report, and Alicia Colorado will continue this, and Mariel Liwanag. Thank you.
I am Alicia Colorado, your reporter in the topic entitled What Can Schools Do for Community in Return and Learning Experiences of Schools and Community Partners. The school may allow the community to use the school resources. Here are concrete examples enumerated by DepEd Primer on School-Community Partnership. Number 1. Classroom used by community organizations for meetings. And number 2. School used as a polling place and venue for medical mission which it may co-sponsor with the Rural Health Unit. Number 3. School used by the Rural Health Unit for Mother's Class on Child Care. And number 4. School used as an evacuation center. Number 5. School facilities used for community assemblies. And number 6. School basketball court used for local celebrations and barangay sports league. Number 7. Schools conduct livelihood skills training programs for parents and youth of school by using school resources. And 8. Livelihood skills training for parents out of school used by teachers themselves. And now let's go to learning experiences of schools and community partners. Topic. Dumingaga Central School, Dumingaga, Zamboanga del Sur Strong School Community Partnership feeding program was maintained by community donors, Mother Butler, Mission Guild Barangay Council's Office of the Mayor, parents who budgeted, cook and purchase. Number 2. Angeles Magic Spot and Project Reach, Jetera, Pambo Elementary School, Pakati. It is where the voluntary environmental steward students of Pambo Elementary School, while magic spots were the small dam size of empty lots in the barangay which were converted by the students into vegetable gardens from which member of the barangay could harvest for home supply. The school further feeding program or sold them for cash for the purchase of seedlings and planting of more vegetables. Another effective practice was Project Revitalize Enthusiasm for Assistance to Children of Humanity or the REACH, where each teacher adopted one student and acted as his or her member for the entire school years. Urbanidad kids were ideal students who acted as role models for the students in the Pembo community, the cleanest, most well-mannered, and most diligent in class. Bowls, or the brain operates well unloaded operates well on loaded stomach. Every recess, children who were selected by the school as bowls beneficiaries due to malnutrition were provided bowl of lugaw. Pera sa Panapon was weekly task market where students, their parents, and members of the community were invited to bring the recyclable garbage. That's all. I hope you all understand. Thank you.
Hi, good day everyone. I am Mariel Liwanag, and this is the continuation of our report, which is the sociological basis of school-community partnership and the legal basis for parents and community involvement. Sociological basis of school-community partnership. This functionalist theory states that institution must perform their respective function for the stability of society. Other institution must come in if one institution fails to do its parts for the sake of society. The school cannot do it all. It takes a village to educate a child. This is an African proverb that means not only the schools can provide education for our children, but also its surrounding, the community to be exact, where people may be a help for children's growth. It has to work in partnership with other institutions in the community, such as the church, government organization, and non-government organization, with the breakdown of families, which is school pays greater challenge in educating the young. The rearing and education of the child is the primary obligation of the parents. Yes, because the first teachers that the children has is their parents. The school, the church, and other social institutions come in to assist parents and families to fulfill their irreplaceable obligation. The breakdown of marriages, the demand for both mother and father to work to meet the demands of a rising cost of living, resulting to less or practically no more time for parents to spend time with their children. Added to this is the increasing number of families composed of single mothers struggling to raise a family with the burden of earning large solely on the shoulder of one parent. Single parents struggle to earn enough to provide for their families. This is not to mention the negative effect of uncontrolled and unregulated use of technology on the young, especially now that we have a distant learning process that it is important to check on children doing while using gadgets. While the use of technology has brought a lot of convenience, its uncontrolled and unregulated use by the tech-savvy kids expose these kids to all sorts of information not necessarily favorable for their development. Community school partnership offer communities the opportunity to support the needs of children and families with an intentional, enhanced and supported academic, social and emotional health experience in the school setting as well as at other local agencies and community-based sites. Also, there are benefits in school and community partnership. It forms partnership to serve a shared goal of helping students. Effective partnership achieve that goal by creating programs that expand a school presence in the community and giving students greater access to resources outside of the classroom. Legal basis for parents and community involvement. Republic Act 9155 or the Governance of Basic Education Act Section E10 explicitly state that one of the responsibilities of a school head is establishing school and community networks and encouraging the active participation of teacher organization, non-academic personnel of public schools, and parents-teacher community association. Section 3 of the same act encourages local initiative for the improvement of a school and learning center and to provide the means by which improvement may be achieved and sustained. And Batas Pambansa bilang 232, otherwise known as the Education Act of 1982 Section 7 states that every educational institution shall provide for the establishment of appropriate bodies through which the member of the educational community may discuss relevant issues and communicate information and suggestion for assistance and support of the school and for the promotion of their common interests. Representatives from each subgroup of the educational community shall sit and participate in the bodies, the rules, and the procedure of which must be approved by the demand duly published. Another law is the Republic Act 8525, the Adopt a School Program Act, also provides for a school community partnership. It allows private entities to assist a public school, whether elementary, secondary, or tertiary, but not limited to the following faculty development for training and further education of facilities, upgrading of existing facilities, publication and other instructional materials, and modernization of instructional technologies. Even the Philippines Education for All EFA 2015 plan, then a vision and a holistic program of reforms that aim to improve the quality of basic education for every Filipino by end 2015. It states that schools shall continue to harness local resources and facilities, involvement of every sector of community in the school improvement process. It is also said that the EFA 2015 plan was extended in education for all beyond 2015 Agenda to 2030. Agenda 2030 has 7 new educational targets from 2015 to 2030 that must involve education stakeholders, which in essence is school-community partnership. UNESCO Assistant Director General for Education, Dr. Kian Tang himself admits that community. And he said, our vision must be more aggressive, more committed, not just involving government, non-government agencies, but all stakeholders. Republic Act 9155 also states that partnership between school and community are also ensures that the first is education programs or educational programs, projects, and services take into account the interests all members of the community. The second one is the schools and learning centers reflect the values of the community by allowing teachers, learning facilitators, and other staff to have the flexibility to serve the needs of all the learners. And lastly, the third one, local initiatives for the improvement of schools and learning centers are encouraged, and the means by which these improvements may be achieved and sustained are provided. So schools and communities function better when they work as a team.
There are 5 takeaways from our topic. First, school and community partnership means school head, teachers, learners, parents of learners, and non-teaching personnel working together with civic and religious leaders, alumni, other parents, non-government organizations, government organizations, for the good of children. Second, the upbringing of children is the main and irreplaceable duty and responsibility of the family. But with the weakening influence of the family on the upbringing of children and with children's unlimited exposure to modern technology like the internet, the challenge for schools to teach the young has become even greater. So, schools cannot do it all. They have to partner with community. Third, in this partnership, children, the primary customer of schools, are most benefited, but also school and community are likewise mutually benefited. Fourth, RA 9155, also known as the Governance of Basic Education Act, BP 232, which is the Education Act of 1982. RA 8525 adopt a School Program Act, and Agenda 2030 stipulate school and community partnership. The last one is there are many opportunities for schools and community partnership. The Brigade eskwela, which is now institutionalized in DepEd schools, is a glaring proof of schools and community partnership. Schools with all its human and material resources can offer service also to community in many ways. That's all the main takeaways from our report, The Why and How of School and Community Partnership.
And that's all our report about the why and how of school and community partnership opportunities. Hope you learned something from our report. Thank you!